Welcome back, gamers. I am Keith the Dinosaur Boy VA, and we're back playing Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney Justice for All. I'm here today with the amazing Seven the Vampire. Say hi, Seven.
Hello.
And today is the first day of the final trial of Justice for All. The first trial day. Oh boy. Now we have 2 lives riding on this case. Oh boy, I love it when people get kidnapped and held for ransom.
Don't worry about it, it'll be fine.
And it will not be fine, but it's all good.
My used the card. Adrian did it?
Well, that's what it looks like.
Dude, no way. That woman couldn't do anything like that.
In court today, there will be a mountain of evidence that'll implicate you.
A mountain of evidence?
I'm certain there's someone out there trying very hard to pin this whole thing on you.
Please, Mr. Lawyer. Dude, like I said yesterday, I'm refreshing like a spring breeze, alright? I can't let any sort of scandal ruin that.
I understand.
Well, it's almost time.
Oh, wait.
No,
Oh, hi, Mia.
Yeah, I thought it was. I honestly thought it was.
I thought it was someone else, yeah. Mia.
We must get a complete acquittal today.
I know. I can't focus on Maya's situation right now. Or Pearl's either. No matter what, I have to focus on winning this case by the end of the day.
Indeed. Well, let's get going.
Oh. It's him. This is right. Good morning. This is it, Mr. Attorney. The day of the trial. Maya. She's unharmed, right? Well, when I checked on her earlier this morning, she seemed a bit, how shall we say, tired? Oh, don't worry. People don't die that easily. Besides, what you really should be concentrating on is winning today's trial. For myself, you must win today's trial, which is why I sent you a little present this morning. Present? What in the world would you want to give me? You'll figure it out once the trial opens, even if you don't like my gift. I expect you to graciously accept it and win the day's contest. If you please. Wait! The kidnapper sent me a present?
Mr. Lawyer, dude, who was that?
No one. It has nothing to do with you, so forget you heard anything.
Dude, did your nose just get longer?
Okay,
Thanks, Matt on guard.
cool.
Court is now in session for the trial of Matt on guard. Are the prosecution and defense ready?
The defense is ready, Your Honor. Oh.
No, there's no prosecution. Defense wins!
We win by default. Let's go.
Late acquittal. I say, Mr. Wright, what happened to Miss Von Karma?
I don't know, Your Honor. Why are you getting mad at me?
It's always your fault. Your Honor,
Your Honor.
please be quiet, bailiff. Court is in session. You must tell me something. Please keep it brief. Now then, what is it?
Prosecutor Von Karma has, well, this morning, Miss Von Karma was shot by an unknown gunman.
What?
Yeah, so, the present was a bullet.
Ah,
Shot! Somehow, I think this is the present that man was talking about.
His present?
Miss Von Karma is one of the top prosecutors in the country at the moment. If she disappeared, well, this would be to your advantage.
This is totally insane. Miss Von Karma, is she alright?
I don't have that answer. This, I think, she's alive and in stable condition. That's good. Phew. You're...
I thought he'd show up.
Your Honor. Due to the circumstances, Miss Francisca Von Karma cannot appear in court today. I, Miles Edgeworth, will be taking her place.
Woo!
The prosecution is ready. Naturally. Miss Von Karma was shot in her right shoulder and is currently undergoing surgery.
Well, that's... Isn't that a little ironic?
Von Karma, the Von Karma, karma.
Nothing bad ever happens to the Von Karmas.
Nothing bad ever happens to the Von Karmas.
Oh my god.
Nothing bad ever happens to the Kennedys. You know, I've never watched Clone High.
I never have either. I just know a few jokes from it.
Yeah, that's like the extent of my knowledge on it. It's just to feel like the nothing bad ever happens to the Kennedys. And a few of the other like more quotable ones.
Mm-hmm.
Luckily, I have looked at the case over and am familiar with the details. The prosecution seeks to prove the guilt of Matt Ungard. The court acknowledges the prosecution. Right. I finally found the answer I was struggling for on my long journey this past year. By the time this case comes to an end, you too will know the answer. Now then, the prosecution would like to call its first witness. Please, bring Detective Gumshoe to the witness stand. Well, seems we won't be squaring off against Francisca, but...
On the plus side, no whipping.
Yeah, but on the downside...
On the downside, oh my god, she got shot. Oh my god.
Yeah, I was gonna say on the downside Edgeworth, but yeah, that too. And say, we know Edgeworth is a bit more like... I would say Edgeworth as a prosecutor is more ruthless than Francisca was.
That's fair.
Yeah, outside of, you know, the whipping and stuff, like, he isn't... Francisca's more physically ruthless, but Edgeworth is definitely more mental, ruthless, like,
yeah.
mentality-wise.
Yeah.
Witness, your name and occupation.
My name's Dick Gumshoe, sir. I'm a detective down at the precinct. For now.
For now?
Well, after this trial's over, I'm supposed to turn in my badge, sir. Detective Gumshoe?
Prosecution has no need for a depressed witness. Lift your head up and face forward like a proud officer, Detective Dick Gumshoe.
Yes, sir!
Now, let's have your testimony. We want to explore the various facets of this case. We must start with that.
Get ready, Phoenix. This is going to be one very rough fight.
Yeah. It would have to be with Edgeworth as my opponent. The answer he was struggling for. Interesting. Show me this answer you finally found, Edgeworth.
Still such a great theme.
Mm-hmm.
They're facts of the case.
This murder happened after the Hero of Heroes award ceremony, sir. The victim, Juan Corrida, was found dead in his hotel room. After looking into the cause of death, we believe he was definitely murdered, sir. At first, we thought there was something suspicious about the empty guitar case. However, we later found out that the guitar case had nothing to do with the murder.
After the award ceremony ended, the victim was alone in his room.
Yes, sir. Both the victim and the defendant went alone to their room, sir.
I see. Mr. Wright, you may begin your cross-examination.
All right.
I remember most of the answers here because this is favorite case.
That's so fair. Let's see. Juan Corrida was found dead in his hotel room. And cause of death, we believe he was definitely murdered. It's a little certain, I suppose. Hold it! The cause of death. Wasn't that because Mr. Corrida was stabbed in the chest? Only a careless amateur would believe something so brainless as that, pal. Okay. Alright, sure. Okay, Gumshoe. Take a good hard look at the crime photo. Now, a real pro's attention would be drawn here, to the bandana.
Banana?
Oh, no. The bandana, sir. That's the thing wrapped tightly around his neck, sir.
I like bananas.
We dealt with bananas back in the first case.
Oh, yes. I see. His banana-scented bandana.
You know what? Sure. Whatever you say, Your Honor.
Jiggly kids and wonder how I got this job. My favorite part of that is that he just it devours into himself.
Jesus Christ. Then what about the knife? Well, it seems to have been stuck in the victim's chest on purpose after his death.
We have a crafty murderer on our hands here.
Let's go. We got the autopsy report.
It's been updated.
Wow. Let's see.
The report was updated just this morning.
Jesus Christ. Hold it! And why did you think that? Well, because it was empty, pal. The Jammin' Ninja doesn't go anywhere without his bright red guitar. And, well, we couldn't find it anywhere at the scene of the crime.
Oh, then how about this theory? A fan really wanted the guitar and did the crime to get it. How's that?
Well, we thought of that too. But... Well, the only fingerprints on the guitar case were the victims. Only the victims, huh?
I see. So much for my theory, then.
Guitar case updated. Let's go. Let's see, I found that guitar case had nothing to do with the murder. Hold it! Hold it! Hold it! Okay. I'm surprised it's actually working this well. What convinced you that it had nothing to do with the case? The guitar wasn't at the Gatewater Hotel that night.
Well then, where was it?
Well, the bright red guitar was eventually found at the TV studio. The victim, Juan Corrida, had apparently only taken the case with him, sir.
So you mean he forgot to put the guitar inside the case?
Yes, sir. Even when he was on stage for the ceremony, he didn't have his guitar. So that guitar case was empty even before he got to the hotel. Yeah, that's right. So it really had nothing to do with the case after all.
I believe that is enough. First, the victim was choked to death with his bandana. Almost said banana.
This banana.
Jesus Christ. My brain just, thanks, Judge, you've broken me too.
Yeah, his banana-scented bandana.
Then after the victim was dead, the killer deliberately stabbed him with a knife. Which brings me to my next point. Why then did the police arrest Matt Ungard? Because there was a reason enough to suspect him.
Here it comes. Looks like Edgeworth's back in full swing.
Very well then, Detective Gumshoe. Please testify about this matter.
Yes, sir. Matt Ungard and Juan Corrida were huge rivals with each other. They each thought the other guy was, in his way. That's motive enough in my book. As for evidence, that's the Jammin' Ninja's button. It was ripped off the ninja costume and was found in Mr. Ungard's, Hakama? Hikama? I don't know what this word is. The defendant's fingerprints were also all over the knife. The defendant brought the knife to further crime, which makes this a premeditated murder.
So the defendant's fingerprints were found on the knife used in the stabbing.
It was sort of sticky on the handle, so the fingerprints came up pretty clearly, sir. It was like the uncomfortable sticky, you know, where you spill soda on stuff. It's not great.
Feeling.
Also, there's this button.
That was found in the defendant's clothes, was it? And is this button also covered in blood?
Yes, and we know that the blood on it is the victim's blood, sir. What?
Well, that's not great.
All this points to a very clearly to the defendant, doesn't it? Yes, it most certainly does, Your Honor. Ready to give in yet, right?
Huh. I'll find the hole in your argument somehow.
You can press as hard as you like. Just hurry up with your usual pointless questions. So I've always had a personal theory about this case that I'll get into much later, but I believe Edgeworth knows something. Effectively, there's a reason. I have a reason to believe. I'll get more into detail why, but I have reason to believe that Edgeworth knows of Maya's situation. And it's just due to how Edgeworth is as a person and how Edgeworth understands being. I remember this perfectly as well.
Well, Gatewater is engraved. Right.
This is actually the first of many. This is the first of many times where you can, not like directly presenting the evidence, but this is the first of many times in this case where you get a one and done sort of deal, where if you present the wrong thing, it's just done.
Fair enough. I mean, it has Gatewater, so it's not like he bought it. Objection! This is from the hotel.
Wait a second. Oh, what? So the basis of your argument was that this was a premeditated murder, is simply that my client bought a knife beforehand? Well, that's right, pal. The defendant did not buy this knife. Huh? Take a good look at the handle on this knife and you'll know what I'm talking about. Huh?
It has a Gatewater seal set into the handle.
Gatewater? I think I've heard that name somewhere before.
That's the name of the hotel. The Gatewater Hotel.
Completely hollow inside.
Uh-oh.
Thank you, Gumshoe.
The murder knife was actually property of the hotel, which means that this murder was not premeditated.
Oh, okay. That's very true. This is very big. What is it, Mr. Edgeworth? I'm sorry. The defense is simply too careless.
What?
I think whether the crime was premeditated or not has already been determined.
How so?
I admit this knife is hotel property. There's no one currently on the police force that is dumb enough not to realize.
But I didn't know. Oh. Aww.
That's so mean!
Aww. Dang.
Gumshoe doesn't deserve that kind of shit. I mean, he's kind of an idiot, but...
Just another day that ends in Y for Detective Dick Gumshoe. Or maybe just Dick Gumshoe in a couple of hours.
Exactly. The question is... where did this knife come from? Well, why, isn't it obvious? Isn't it obvious? It came from the victim, Mr. Koreda's room. Sorry, Your Honor, but that is incorrect. The victim ate a last meal before he was murdered. With that being the case, I would like to draw the court's attention to what is at the top of the table. There's a knife and fork on the table. Then, where in the world did this knife come from? If it pleases a court, I would like for us to recall the room of the defendant, Matt Ungard. Especially what was on top of his table. There was something missing. Perhaps it is a single knife? We investigated the leftover dishes for fingerprints, and while we were investigating, we came to the conclusion that Matt Ungard's knife was missing. Matt Ungard had gone to the victim's room with a knife he had used during dinner. Why would he carry a knife to visit? To kill, of course. With that, I believe the prosecution has proven that this was a premeditated murder. Amazing, Mr. Edgeworth. Absolutely brilliant. A brilliantly clear deduction.
It seems like Edgeworth had this planned from the very beginning.
This must be one of those traps, and I just walked headlong into it.
Murder weapon with fingerprint and a button from the victim's costume. There's quite a sizable amount of evidence here. I can safely say that any further deliberation is a waste of your time, Your Honor. Although, I wouldn't mind if the defense were to present evidence not yet shown to the court.
Evidence not yet shown?
He means evidence that the court hasn't seen yet. In other words, new evidence.
What does the defense have to say about this, Mr. Wright?
Well...
Phoenix, the judge is favoring the prosecution right now. If we answer with something wrong here,
that gavel of his will be ringing out the sound of our defeat.
Mr. Wright, do you have something important and necessary to our to present to this court? No, I don't, sorry.
No, well, I mean, oopsie daisies.
Yeah, so after you click actually I do, make sure you present the right thing, because if you present the wrong thing...
Yeah.
And Yeah, that happens a lot in this case, if I remember correctly, because it's just, this game is like, yeah, no, fuck you.
There's one piece of evidence that catches my attention. Something that this court has yet to see.
Mr. Wright, I will say this one more time. I do not feel this trial needs to continue at all. However, I am giving you one chance and only one. What the judge is saying, right, is don't try pulling one of your usual bluffs.
If I mess this up, it's curtains for all of us.
God, I love seeing it. Like, it's so nerve-wracking. Yeah, that.
God, oh boy.
Making one and only one piece of evidence. You remember what this is, right, Keith?
Yes.
Okay. Like, cause I do. This threw me off for a minute in my first one, because I was debating between a few things, and then it kind of clicked to me.
Right. I mean, if we're paying attention to the rooms here, then there's obviously a struggle in Mr. Karida's room. So why was this here?
Yeah.
Take that!
This is a wine glass, is it not?
Please look at the photo of the crime scene one more time. This scene is a mess because of the victim's struggle against his assailant. The vase was broken, his makeup is all over the floor. These were all things that were at one point sitting on top of the dresser.
Well, yes, I see your point.
However, this glass that is sitting on top of the dresser is mysteriously untouched. The only thing that had not fallen all over along with everything else is this wine glass. This piece of evidence is more than strange enough to warrant further consideration. Well, what do you have to say?
Oh, well, yes. It is a little peculiar.
Yeah, isn't it? I mean, I thought it was.
You can stop looking at me with those puppy dog eyes of yours now.
Ah, shit.
Mr. Edgeworth? Stop staring at me with them big ol'...
With them big ol' eyes.
What is it, Your Honor? Your opinion? You don't need my opinion. Because there is no special meaning to that glass.
What?
It's safe to say that the glass was sat there after the crime took place. By the person who discovered the body. Adrian Andrew, for example. She could have easily been so shocked that she set the glass down without thinking. A little... If you discovered the body, you'd be more likely to drop the glass.
Rather than, you know, gently place it down on a...
Holy shit! God, what's that?
I don't want to spill this. I don't want to spill this over.
Don't want to stain the carpet! Holy shit! That does sound very plausible, Mr. Wright.
Could Miss Andrews really have set that glass down without thinking? Yeah, no. I'm gonna give a fat ol' no on that one. If I appear weak here, the trial is all over.
Hang on, I just discovered a body. Let me gently put this glass down.
Hang on. While I am processing my shock at this dead body in front of me, I'm just going to find a decent surface to place this glass down.
It's like, you would see the body before you were even at the dresser. Unless you're immensely blind. Like...
Jesus Christ. I can look for my proof later. For now, I should trust my instinct and point with certainty.
They just might fall for it, if you're thought-provoking enough.
The defense would like to challenge the prosecution's theory. We would like to see something that proves it was Miss Andrews who set the cup on the table.
You've turned the situation on its head yet again, as usual. Mr. Edgeworth, do you have any proof to back up your claim?
There's no way he has any. He's just bluffing.
Unlike Mr. Wright, I never say anything unless I have the evidence to support it.
Oh, crap. What?
I couldn't help but laugh at that line.
Yeah, there's no way he's got something. I actually have something.
I just love how savage that is. Holy shit, Edgeworth.
Oh my god. Unlike Mr. Wright, I never say anything until I have evidence to support it.
Jesus Christ, Edgeworth.
Oh my god.
You're not thinking hard enough today, right? Did you think that this wine glass escaped my notice?
Then.
Honestly, I was kind of hoping it did. Of course, it has been thoroughly inspected for fingerprints.
Fingerprints.
No, fingerprints. I don't think so. God, I love Animaniac. There's only one set of fingerprints left on this glass of wine. Only one? Well, whose were they? They were not the victims nor the defendant. Rather, they were one Adrian Andrew.
What?
This is why I said that the person who had discovered the body had left it. Are we done here, Mr. Wright?
I can't believe I fell into another trap.
Miss Andrews was probably holding the glass when she went to see Mr. Karaida. But upon seeing his dead body, she was stunned and set the glass down on the dresser. Again, that feels like a leap.
It's a little
Given
bit of a...
that-
Yeah.
The normal reaction wouldn't be to calmly set down.
Yeah.
Especially if you're in shock.
Mm-hmm.
What you just said makes a lot of sense.
I feel like you'd either like...
Doesn't?
I feel like you would either like cling to it or immediately drop it.
Yeah.
Oh well.
And also, that doesn't answer the question of what was Adrian doing going to see Karaida.
Yeah,
but-
what in the world is that happening?
Yeah, like, that's kind of relevant there. Why would Adrian just be going into Karaida's room?
Yeah. I mean, we know, but
We know, but...
the court doesn't.
Yeah. Now, do you see right? You can't change any part of my scenario, as it explains everything all too well. I've thought long and hard this past year about what it means to be a prosecutor. And from here on out, I will show you the answer I've come to discover. But wait a second, Mr. Edgeworth! I think the prosecution has provided enough evidence for me to enter my verdict. Unfortunately, I cannot allow you to pass judgment yet. The prosecution is yet another witness we would like the court to hear from.
Oh, another witness?
Yeah. Bailiff, please bring in the next witness.
What in the world is Mr. Edgeworth thinking?
Oh God.
Now then, witness, please state your name and occupation. And why are you wearing that helmet?
Oh God.
Witness, your name and a... Rat-a-tat-tat-tat. Gotcha!
I wonder what happened to that calm composure he had earlier.
It's old bag, no one has called.
Oh no.
Oh, Edgy boy! It's been what, a year since we last met, hasn't it? You should be more happy to see me. I saw the report with her testimony, but who knew that under that helmet? It was the wicked witch of the witness stand. I'm
It
just.
was the Wicked Witch of the witness stand. Excuse me. Holy crap!
I love that one.
It's the
The
Wicked,
Witch of the
it's the
Witness.
Wicked
Stand.
Witch of the witness stand is crazy work. Oh.
Tell you, this time I know what I'm supposed to do. So today I'm gonna tell you anything and everything. Even things that don't have to do with that terrible crime.
We would actually approve if you didn't do that.
Let's stick to the crime. Miss Witness, that terrible crime is all the court needs to know. Rat-a-tat-tat-tat-tat. Shush! I'm talking to my dear edgy Woochie right now! Don't interrupt us, Gramps! I feel like he's probably younger than you.
Yeah?
What's your name?
How? Wait, hang on.
That is actually fucking wild.
What? What do you mean you don't know?
What do you mean? I'm pretty sure her real name is Wendy Oldbag.
What do you mean? What? Oh my god.
What the unholy fuck?
What do you mean? Phoenix? Bro just does not want to write up an actual file for her.
I mean, would you?
True. Yeah, fair enough. Oh god.
Yes, madam. No, please. By all means, interrupt her, please. Anyway, witness, your testimony, please. It's true what they say. The youth are hot-headed nowadays. Not that I mind at all, edgy. Don't
Please leave.
Don't say that.
No. No.
Now then, what should I start with? The witness on the security detail at the hotel on the night of the murder. Is this correct, Miss Oldbag? It was a great job being able to see my dearie Juan. It was almost too much for my little heart to handle. You mean you were a fan of the victim? Look, everyone is crazy over that on guard, saying he's cute in a fresh way or something.
Excuse you. It's refreshing as a spring breeze. God.
Don't worry about it. Sorry,
All good.
Trying to clear my throat because it just trying to keep doing the voice continuously throws me off at sometimes.
Fair enough.
But not me. I wouldn't say anything so silly. After all, I have no interest in a little child like him. He's 21 and...
They're both the same age.
I have no interest.
Oh my freaking god.
I'm only interested in a real man. Juan Correda.
But those but those two were the same age.
Yeah, don't worry about it.
Okay.
Look, if you think too much about it, you'll think about it, and then you'll be thinking of it.
If I think too much about it, I will suffer a lot.
I mean, isn't that what we're already doing with her here?
Yeah.
Anyway, as I was saying...
Oop.
I was pacing in front of his room that night.
You were what?
Very well. Please tell the court what you witnessed the night of the murder. Don't worry about it.
Okay, sure.
Leave it to me, Edgy Boo! I am disgusted by my...
Oh boy.
Anyway, after the ceremony, I went to pace around in the hallway in front of his room. Yeah, that's not weird. There was something I was interested in finding out, you know. Well, since I was on the job, I made sure to keep a good eye out the whole time. That was when someone showed up. It was a man coming out of poor Juan's room. It was Madangard! Madangard, he was trying to sneak his way out of Juan's room. So Mr. Angard came out of the victim's room. See? It has to be him! He's the murderer! Oh, I didn't even notice that bot there.
Yeah, I got it.
I see. Well, Mr. Wright, you may begin your cross-examination. What you witnessed?
All right.
What did you witness, ma'am?
Oh boy. Let's set aside the fact that you were pacing around in front of Juan Carida's room.
Yeah, I'm curious about that, but
I will set it aside because there are bigger things to worry about.
I mean,
we do a little bit of stalking. Just a smidge.
how about we don't stalk?
Yeah, hold it. Hold it. Hold it. Hold it. Hold it. Okay, all right. Now it's doing to hold it. Something you were interested in? And just what was that?
It's not a little thing I can just go around telling everyone, you know. It's top secret between me and Juan. Ah, and Edgy, of course. Mr. Edgeworth, what is this thing she was interested in? I have no idea. I despise gossip, Your Honor.
Gossip?
This has something to do with the case. Then you can append it to your testimony.
Well, it looks like we shouldn't force it right now.
And did the witness stay in the vicinity of the victim's room, of the victim's door the entire time?
Let's see. Juan's room. I mean, may as well. Hold it! Hold it! Hold it! Hold it? Hold it. Okay, sure. You saw my client? Are you sure about that?
Yeah, see?
Sure. Really?
Annoying brat! When I say I saw someone, I saw that person!
Why do I get the sense of deja vu? Oh boy, maybe to avoid a mess like last year, I should delve further into this a bit better. What were they wearing? Were they in a costume?
Yeah.
Please tell the court about the man's clothes in more detail.
What a troublesome man you are! Really? As if something like that matters.
It mattered a lot last year. But it does.
No, what was it? Oh yes, it was that thing!
Oh, what thing?
That gaudy thing he's always wearing! That racing jacket!
Oh, okay. Got it. Alright. Ah, he was wearing that at the detention center, too.
That thing's meant for nothing but seducing women out of their pantaloons! Men!
Right.
So, Mr. Wright? What this testimony just now was this testimony just now important or relevant in any way?
Actually, that's kind of important. I'll say so. Of course it was important, Your Honor.
Then perhaps you would like to point out what part of the testimony was important.
Don't you see it, Edgeworth? Your Honor, I request what the witness said about the jacket to be appended to her testimony.
I don't quite see where you're going with this, but witness, please? Ah, well, I don't like it. I don't like to badmouth anyone without a reason, but if I must...
You know what, whatever.
Don't worry about it.
It's all just for show. Alright, well... So, if it's just the racing jacket, then how'd this get in the costume? Objection! Miss Oldbag?
What? Don't say my name for no reason!
Do you know what this is?
It's button number 2 on the Gemini Ninja's costume!
They're numbered? And you know it? Okay, buddy. Oh, now I know she's an obsessed fan. She identified it in a single glance.
You know, I'm not.
You know what? Me too, buddy.
I'm more on the fact that she also knows that it's, button number 2.
Yeah, number 2?
Yeah.
They're named? They're numbered?
Like, how do you know that it's number 2?
Jesus Christ. What?
Give it here! Give it here! If you don't give it to me, I'll punish you with this!
Oh, Jesus. Wow, she, really is a diehard fan to want the button covered in blood. But this button was discovered on Mr. On Guard's body during a full body search.
See? See? That button is proof beyond a shadow of a doubt that it was that rascal on guard.
It was caught up in the pleats of his nickel samurai hakama pants.
See? See? And on guard is the nickel samurai.
Witness? Now, it may just be me, and I do have an active imagination, but just now, didn't you say that the defendant, Matt on guard, was wearing his usual racing jacket? Okay.
I'm so sorry. Sorry that you judge people based on what they wear. I would, but instead, the ridiculous-looking outfit. The outfit is hideous. I got a tape recorder. Hey, it's heavy, so heavy. I wish I could just. If you have a line for those kids out there, I understand. But take a look at this mirror. Your clothes are about documentary and curly. You itchy poo. These rat-a-tat-ta, rat-a-tat-ta. Christ.
Jesus criminy Christmas, dude.
That was a lot.
Oh boy.
Now hold your tongue. There's still hold your tongue still there for 1 second. So what you saw was saw in actuality was not Matt Ungard Mr. Ungard the man.
But Matt Ungard, the concept.
Yeah, but Mr. Ungard, the Nickel Samurai? But when you think about it...
Oh my god.
I mean, when you think about it... They're really one and the same anyway.
No! No, they aren't! We have established this since last year!
Yeah, do you think she remembers?
I think she only remembers Edgeworth. Unfortunately.
He has very selective memory.
Yeah.
Miss...
Yeah, laser-guided amnesia. Or laser-guided dementia, rather.
Exactly.
Miss Oldback, this is a very important point we're talking about.
Edgy Poo, do you think so too? Well, it might be something worth thinking about.
Just say it's important and agree with me for a change.
Witness, think carefully and try to remember as much as you can before you testify. All right, if you insist.
I should be the one sighing, not you.
Nah, I think she should be sighing as well. On guard. Yes, now I remember. The Nickel Samurai. That's right, it was the Nickel Samurai I saw. Yes, it would have been convenient for him to wear his costume during the murder. He had to go to the post-ceremony stage show right after the crime, you know. So I must have worn that Nickel Samurai costume when he was stabbing poor Juan.
I knew it. I knew that you'd say he was inside that costume.
What? Did you think it could have been something else inside that costume?
Yes!
Don't be a bad little boy thinking such rude things.
But the possibility does exist.
Ah, youngins today. I told you there was no way it was anyone else. How do you know that? Because I said so, and what I say is the truth.
I heavily doubt that, but alright. Well, at least she's just as delightful a witness as she was a year ago.
Mr. Wright, you may cross-examine the witness.
Unfortunately.
Alright.
It was a Nickel Samurai that I saw. Alright, hang on. Hold it! Hold it! Hold it! Hold it!
Get it eventually.
Oh, hold it. Oh, be a little more careful with your testimony, please. Not too long ago, you said that he was wearing his racing jacket, and now he's not?
Not too long ago. Let me ask you this. When you were itty-bitty, what was your grand dream?
Huh?
What did you want to be when you grew up, whippersnapper?
My dream, huh? Well, I wanted to be Judge Wagner, hero of the public's court. So what? I'm sorry?
You know what? That is definitely a very Phoenix thing to say. See? Hey, look where you are now. You're not Judge Wagner, are you? Are you?
Well,
What I said earlier. Who puts any weight into things like that? The now is everything. I can't be held responsible for the past.
yes, you can, actually. Since when did court become theatrics over testimonies?
How long ago did you start being a lawyer, Mr. Wright? All that matters is that man was inside the costume. Isn't that enough?
Okay, well, I mean, I knew that there was something funny in the second, after pressing the second statement. I just forgot what exactly it was, and God, Judge Wagner, dude.
Judge Wagner is actually glorious.
God. Anyways, so there are his fingerprints on the knife, but he wouldn't have had those since, the Nickel Samurai costume had gloves. Objection! Please take a look at this.
Yeah, so? It's a knife. Big deal. If you're trying to scare me with that, I'll have you know it won't work.
No, that's not my intention at all.
That's the knife that was used in the murder, correct?
Your Honor, do you know why this piece of evidence is important to this case?
Not at all. You
God,
don't even have to ask. It's because the defendant's fingerprints are on it. Is that what you're driving at?
That is exactly what I'm driving at.
What are we driving at? What car are we driving?
Metaphorically speaking, Your Honor. Mostly because Phoenix can't drive anyways.
Well then, why is he driving? Why is he driving then?
Don't worry about it. If Mr. On Guard was really in that Nickel Samurai costume at the time of the murder, then it's impossible for his fingerprints to have been left on this knife. Actually, he would have wiped all previous fingerprints on the knife right off.
Oh, that's right. The Nickel Samurai wears gloves, doesn't he? He probably took off his gloves off right before he began the stabbing.
And why would he do something like that? To purposely leave his prints on the murder weapon? There's no way he would do something like that.
However, there is one possibility.
Then let's hear your possibility.
It's very simple. The defendant went to the victim's room while in costume as the Nickel Samurai. At that time, the defendant had no intent to murder. He was probably just going to relax and talk with the victim about the stage show. Which is why he took his gloves off. But the murder still did take place. It's well known that the defendant and the victim had bad blood between them. Yes, I've heard of that. Well, Mr. Wright, what do you have to say about Mr. Edgeworth's theory?
So let me get this straight. Edgeworth's theory goes like this. When the defendant went to the victim's room, he had no intentions of killing him. Now, up to this point, are there any problems with this theory? I've got one, actually, yeah. This theory contradicts something in an earlier testimony.
What are you babbling about?
Now, for argument's sake, let's suppose Mr. On Guard was the killer. If that's the case, I think it's impossible for the killer to have gone to the victim's room without intent. It's the knife again, because he brought it over there in the first place. Take that! This knife was used by Mr. Unguard at dinner.
Yes, we did establish that.
Which means that if my client was, in fact, the killer, then he brought this knife with him when he went to visit Mr. Kurida.
I suppose.
However, you just said it yourself. At that time, the defendant held no intent to murder. If that were true, then why would he bring a knife? He wouldn't, would he? Nope. Thank you. Thank you, Reyes, for the raid.
Hey, Reyes. Let me get your shout out.
Welcome, welcome, Raiders.
Welcome, Raiders. I am the amazing 7 the Van. I did that shout out completely wrong. That was my fault. 1 second. I accidentally copied the, there we go, playing web fishing.
Web fishing!
I accidentally copied the, colon as well.
Oh,
So
gotcha.
I just copy-paste the name instead of typing it, because it's quicker.
That's fair.
Yes, welcome Raiders. I am the amazing 7 the Vampire. I play a variety of games here with my good friend and co-host Keith.
Hello, that's
Tonight,
me.
Keith is playing the game, and he is playing Ace Attorney, Justice for All. We are in the final case, and are on the day 1 trial.
Yep.
Things are heating up.
Things are heating up right now. Yep, it's the final case, the final trial, but also our client isn't the only person whose life is on the line, because someone kidnapped Maya. So that's a little bit. Don't worry about that.
Don't worry, it'll be fine.
It'll be fine. Everything's fine. Which means, Mr. Edgeworth, your theory was flawed from supposition 1. And one more thing. If the murderer was wearing the costume at the time of the murder, then there should be glove marks left on the knife. Which means the defendant's fingerprints shouldn't be all over it like bees on a hive. Okay, Phoenix. What a metaphor.
That's certainly a sentence.
And that brings me to my final point. This knife was planted by the real killer to hide their identity and mislead us.
Oh shit.
There you go.
Who's the real killer? Order! Order, I say! Order in the court! Was this knife really planted by the killer? Why would the murderer do such a thing?
Well, it's to frame my client, Mr. Unguard, of course.
To frame? Aren't you forcing the interpretation just a little too hard on this one?
But we just established that the witness saw the Nickel Samurai in costume, and if that were true, there wouldn't be a single fingerprint on this knife.
Yeah. What? Sorry.
You're good.
Witness?
I'm playing Phoenix, right? I don't remember that.
Looks like I've made your life a tiny bit more difficult, Edgy.
That's a little bit of an understatement, but sure.
Witness, did you or did you not really see the Nickel Samurai? Well, I guess at first I might have forgotten, but...
Are you saying that you mixed up Mr. Unguard with the Nickel Samurai, his character on TV?
But I mean, I can't really do anything about that! What? Look, I was waiting around in front of their doors because, well...
Go on.
waiting around for the Nickel Samurai, that's for sure.
She wasn't waiting for the Nickel Samurai? Alright then. Who were you waiting for around for then?
That's top secret to anyone outside of security. I have a feeling that you were waiting for Mr. Juan Koraida. Am I correct, witness? The way you think, you're a sad amateur with a terrible case of nearsightedness. Amateur? Me? What am I an amateur of?
So Old Bag was waiting around in front of the victim's room, but it doesn't sound like she was waiting to catch a glimpse of Mr. Koraida.
Maybe. Phoenix, maybe that old bag was waiting around for that person.
If it's who I think Mia's hinting at, it's certainly possible. Miss Old Bag, you were waiting around for this person to come out of the victim's room, weren't you? Well. Take that!
Who is this person?
This is Adrian Andrews, Mr. On Guard's manager.
Why would the defendant's manager be the... Oh, now you ask that!
Yeah, now?
The defendant's manager be in the victim's room? It seems that this is the latest rumor in circulation, Your Honor. Oh, this is... Well, this is... No, I see. Yeah, I can read.
Ugh, the judge seems to be really into the article, if it can be even called such a thing.
This manager with the initials AA, are you saying it... Adrian Andrews? Without a doubt, the witness thought so as well. Looks like you found me out.
It wasn't hard.
Yeah, no. Pretty easy to figure you out. You're really not intelligent. Well, that's fine. I can throw away this whole sworn to confidentiality stuff. Witness, what in the world are you... What in the world are you...
Watch out, Phoenix. I've got a bad feeling about this. A very bad feeling.
I've got some information. Some very secret information from a certain source. That can't be good. So that's why I was doing my own little investigation. In secret, of course. But what for? Oh, just for myself. Personal reasons and all that. You're not being...
Great, cool.
Very well, Mr. Edgeworth. How will you proceed from here? I really don't want to do this. However, I cannot simply let this point slide. I see. Very well then. Witness, please testify about this secret information. Get ready! This is gonna take the wind out of you youngins.
Rat-a-tat-tat-tat. Rat-a-tat-tat-tat-tat.
No, it has to, the dialogue box has to come up.
Sure, alright.
You come up with that.
I'm sure we're all capable of handling this. Really, it's not like we're 10 years old.
I'm not capable of handling any more old bag, honestly. That on guard is one evil man. He thought he could ruin Pooh by causing a scandal. To do that, he sent his own manager to get close to Juan. I cannot condone such dirty tricks, so I took action. Oh, and this is top secret, got that? Nobody else but you and me can know yet, okay?
Nobody, my sister in Christ, you said this in court. It's actually recorded right now.
Don't worry about it. Just don't think too much about it. Bennett sent his manager. What a distasteful topic for this court. What? Nobody's above gossip. Okay.
Sure, whatever,
And
man.
isn't there a saying, the truth is never pleasant?
You got that, Miss, you got that? Whoever the court recorder is, just making sure that you got the entire testimony, including that bit where she said that it was, top secret.
Nah, don't worry about it.
Well, never heard that one before.
Mr. Edgeworth, what about this Adrian Andrews person? You have to look into this matter. And we looked into this matter and found the truth the article proposes is in fact baseless gossip. But should this be true, then this proves that the defendant did bear ill will toward the victim.
So this means that I have to smash this rumor once and for all.
Now then, Mr. Wright, you may cross-examine the witness. Careful.
Be
The old
careful,
bag seems
the
rather-
old bag seems rather excited right now.
That's right! And Guard is nothing but your average foul-blooded youth!
Well, as the old saying goes, you gotta burn old bags with fire. Who is saying that? Phoenix?
I mean, who says half the shit that these people say as the old saying goes?
Sure,
Like,
alright, whatever, man.
everyone's like, the old saying goes, and it's like, no one says these things. Where the fuck are you guys hearing them?
Time to fire up the afterburners and hit the highway to the danger zone. Let's rev it up!
No. I'm gonna say no.
No, but let's rev it up.
No.
Let's rev it up.
We are not revving anything.
But rev. Vroom,
No.
vroom, vroom.
No. We're gonna take Yusei's other method. Nothing beats the fact that scene is still just one of my favorites. Just sorry, but Goodwood has some explaining to do. It's like Jesus Christ. Yusei said, "Fuck the card games. These hands."
Hold it! Hold it! Hold it! Hold it!
Okay, before you go, I just gotta say, you wanna know what's funny?
What's up?
The person who voices Yusei also voices Tristan in the original Yu-Gi-Oh!
Right.
Anime.
Yes.
And Tristan was also one to just throw hands.
Yeah?
Tristan's first response to every problem was, alright, gotta knock a fucker out.
I think on one of the Capsule Monsters games, he actually just straight up has a gun.
Tristan gives no shit. Tristan's just like, alright. You know, Yugi, Joey, they have their card games. I don't, but I got the best card in all of the game. A fucking Glock.
My man Tristan Taylor stays strapped.
Exactly. I summon a Glock in attack mode.
I summon Bullet into attack mode, and
You That makes me think of.
I make a direct attack into your skull.
I summon the one and only Danzerina. And when I say one and only, I mean it. You just walks on to the fucking.
I like the concept of Don Zalug making like a direct attack and then just like decking Jaden in the face with his as hard as possible.
Some of the women I say one and only, I mean it just casually walks up onto the field. I'm like, okay.
Oh my god.
GX really was its Oda Bridge series. What? I'm a busy woman. Tea time with the kids is over.
Secret information that no one else knows yet.
I activated trap card. What? How? I just flip it over and say its name. Haven't you ever played the game before? No, I just now GX is just on my brain.
God. If that's true, then how do you know this secret information?
You thought we were gonna make it through a single stream without a weird tangent.
Oopsie daisies.
Huh? Well, that's because I'm a pro. Yes, that's it. It's a secret. Even if you drill a hole in my brain, you'll never find out.
How in the world did that old bat get such a secret piece of information? Well,
Present evidence.
so no one else is supposed to know this, secret information, correct? If that's true, then why do you know it, Miss Oldback?
Because I do. Fuck you. Why are you looking at me like that? Stop.
Witness? I'm sad to say, but this is how you found out this secret, isn't it? You know how much this costs, buddy? Cause I certainly don't. Take that!
I mean, she got it for cheap.
She got it, yeah, she got it for cheap, but that's because she damaged it.
I still don't get how that allowed her to get it for cheap.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, okay, that don't.
She just annoyed the seller so much for, I mean, she did. She was there for like 4 hours. I bet she
Yeah,
didn't
I
even
guess-
take a breath during that time. She just kept yapping.
You know, knowing her, probably.
The
She's
investigative...
not exactly a sane individual.
Just not really, yeah. The investigative photographer, Lotta Hart.
Oh yes, I remember that mischievous girl.
She reported that she had lost a certain note she had written to herself.
I don't know why. I don't like him calling her a mischievous girl.
Just a little mischievous, a little tricksy.
Yeah, I don't like that.
Mm-hmm.
Don't call her that. Don't do that. In fact, go sit down, Judge. Go sit down. She reported such a thing?
On that piece of paper, she had written down some of her outraged impressions about the relationship between the victim and Miss Andrews.
What? Outrageous ideas, you say?
No, I said impressions.
Then everything written on this piece of paper is completely meaningless.
Aha! That's it! That's the note!
Ah! Ah! No! You see, this is something completely different. This is my top surveillance of groceries to buy. I feel like that is not. Then you are the one who took Miss Hart's note.
That's, that one's an actual crime. That one's...
I mean, I feel like you're not really gonna charge someone for taking a note.
Yeah, I mean, unless she pulls out the camera. Then...
Now, if she pulls out the camera, that's a different story. But I feel like there's no real charge for her taking a piece of.
Oh yeah, no, not the piece of paper. If she pulls out the camera,
No,
then
I mean, there are certain instances where maybe if there was sensitive information or something, then maybe, but it's really nothing. So
yeah,
no real crime committed.
fair enough.
I'm just a huge fan of wands. That's why. That's actually insane. That infamous puffy-haired whippersnapper. She's working with that evil Ungard. She said to herself, "Ungard, I'm his sidekick." She was so happy, smiling like a silly duck. I was only checking what she had written. Angie Poo, you believe me, don't you? I was only trying to help out like the angel I am. It's only a little piece of paper. I've never taken anything else before. You really should come with a supply of cheese to match your vintage wine. What?
Holy crap!
That line is, I'm screenshotting
That's
that line.
crazy!
But what the fuck does that line, what do you even mean by that, Edgeworth?
He's saying that she is whining, so it's a pun.
I guess. Just a very weird.
No, I get it. That's a little silly, actually. That's really funny.
Definitely an interesting pun. Well, it was only a piece of paper. I suppose we can overlook it just this one.
She looks like she's really sorry. Should I forgive her? No. Well, if I let up on her now, she'll get away. I have to find out some way to inflict a deafening blow to the prosecution. Witness, you said that the only thing you stole was that note. Is this correct?
This is stole? Why don't you listen more carefully, you annoying brat? I saved this piece of paper from the terrible, lonely trash can. That's all.
You're lying, damn it, and I can prove it.
Are you putting my credibility under scrutiny again?
It's already under scrutiny. Miss Oldbag? I don't believe that note is the only thing you stole that night. I mean, the whole thing was in the case, so... Take that! Miss Oldbag? That note was with a camera inside its case, wasn't it?
A camera.
Now this you can actually get charged with theft for.
Yeah, honestly, you could be charged with, given the value of the camera.
She can sue. She can actually sue.
I think that constitutes, felon due to how much the camera's worth.
It could be.
Don't quote me on that because I'm not a legal expert, but I think it would technically. I mean, of course, this is also by America's law system, so.
Who knows by Japanifornia, but.
Yeah. But yeah, I'm using America's law system as my basis, but I believe in America that could constitute a felony because how much is the camera worth again?
I believe it was around the ballpark of like $800 to $1,600.
Okay, yeah, then it's almost when the stolen property exceeds 2,500. Well, that's just that's because it is by state.
Right.
And that's the only one I'm getting. Okay. So yeah, it may constitute a felony. She may get off, light.
Yeah.
But that's still, you're still getting that's still a pretty nasty charge on that, given that you stole a, $1,600 camera.
Yeah. Yeah. Yesterday, Lotta Hart was raising a huge stink over her camera. She kept saying something like,
My sweetie 1600 camera disappeared on me. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's not quite a felony, depending on where you live, but,
it's still a pretty big charge.
yeah, you may get slapped with a pretty nasty sentence.
Mm-hmm.
Why? Why witness? What is it, Gramps?
If you have the note, then the only logical thing is that you have the camera too.
Looks like you found me out again, Sonny. Is this the camera that you're looking for? Yeah. Yes! You stole it!
Yes! That's...
What? I don't look like this. I'm still a person, you know.
Yeah, and you also are now a thief.
You're going to jail.
You are
I
going
see Mills like you. I fall in love and borrow things. You can't do the crime, don't do the time.
What do you mean? What do you mean borrow? No, I don't borrow things from people.
I think your definition of borrow is a little off. I saw that woman's business card, and that's when I noticed it. It said, "Slime Bag Celebrity Photographer Extraordinaire." Well, when I saw that, I had to know what sort of picture she had taken.
Who would willingly write that on their... You know what? Whatever, man.
Do you really think that's really what it said?
I know, absolutely not, but whatever. I'm going...
I'm a professional security guard. It's my business to know these things. You're a professional fucking thief. You're going to jail.
You're actually going to jail.
Like, that's not... Like, bailiff! Check this camera's photos. Hurry! I want to see what picture she's taking, too. You must examine them on one. Oh, my God. Actively, like, screeching as Old Bag is going to be the death of me.
Drink lots of water.
That's what the fuck do you think I'm doing? Like, Old Bag kills... It's not just sounding though, it's the having to pretty much shout, because Old Bag is shouting everything.
Right.
So it's having to constantly shout and running out of air. It's like, it's Old Bag, you gotta be loud. Hence why, again, anyway. Well, Mr. Edgeworth, what do we have? There's only one photo that seems to be relevant to the case. Please present it to court.
Oh.
This is the Nickel Samurai. See? I told you! That's the guy I saw! This proves the witness was not lying about this matter. Oh god, this fucking one.
Uh-oh.
No joke, this is one of those ones that I could not fucking figure out.
Fair enough, yeah.
Because it's so fucking... Like, oh, okay, I guess. What does all this mean, Mr. Edgeworth? This photo by itself does not prove that the person is the defendant. However, in his own confession, Mr. Ungard clearly stated that at the time of the murder, he was still in his Nickel Samurai costume. If that is the case, then the Nickel Samurai is the defendant. How did it come to this? For all we've been through. of a kind. No, no. I think this brings us to the end. We have examined every piece of evidence thoroughly. Final comments, Mr. Wright? This court will consider them before we close. Do you agree that this photo is a decisive piece of evidence against your client?
If this photo really is decisive, then we're done for. But if I raise an objection here and blow it, then I would put Maya's life in jeopardy. I can't make a mistake here. There's only one road out of this mess.
Guess what? You present the wrong part and it's game over.
Oh boy. This photo that Lotta took, there is something strange with it though. There's something strange with this photo.
I knew this was coming, right? Your thoughts, Mr. Edgeworth? I think we can all agree there's nothing strange with this photo. There is no way for the defense to debunk this photo, even with a bunker bust. Debunk with a bunker buster? Is that what you're planning to do, Mr. Wright?
Anyway, please look at this photo one more time.
If you really believe you can honestly find something wrong with this photo, then you should only need one chance. Correct? Yeah, like I said, this case does this more often than you think. It is literally supposed, because I mean, at this point, again, all evidence points to Matt on guard, so they're not wasting time.
Yep.
But it's also the most nerve-wracking thing. It's like,
Woo boy.
well,
I have to find something wrong with this photo. I can't let this chance go by. Where in the heck did you take this picture anyway? It's all out of focus. Why can't you take a good shot, especially when it counts?
now then, let's hear your objection. What is strange about this photo? Yeah, I for real. This was so weird to me.
It's...
And I remember this one also being a little touchy about where you...
Fair enough. Take that!
Yeah, you should be in the right.
I would like to direct the court's attention to this one area right here.
What are you pointing to? His ankles?
If you could see this person's ankle, that would be one thing. However, you can't.
And what does that mean?
The Nickel Samurai in this photo could not have been Mr. On Guard.
What's the meaning of this? I wonder if you would care to elaborate with actual facts, that is?
Let's take a look at the Nickel Samurai's poster.
Yeah, here's the thing, because I'd forgotten what the poster itself, that's why that was so weird to me.
That is fair.
If you look at the poster.
Yep. Please pay attention to the... please pay particular attention to the area around the bottom of the hakama.
His socks! You could see his socks!
Exactly. However, in this photo, the Nickel Samurai is clearly holding up his hakama just to walk. There's only one explanation for this. The person inside this costume is clearly much shorter than the defendant. Alright. I think I've turned things around for myself just this time.
That's curious.
Oh.
Huh?
Oh,
What?
Thank you, Lacey Fern, for the follow.
Oh, thank you! Sorry, what are you saying, Lacey Byrne? Thank you for coming a loyal subject. I hope you continue to enjoy all the coming streams from me and Keith here.
Woo!
By the way, I do think I know what the 250 follower special is going to be at this point. I'm thinking it's going to be that we're going to get started on Resident Evil. And my thought process is, a lot of the early Resident Evil games have multiple routes. And in those cases, I will do one route and Keith will do the other route. So, for example, you know, Resident Evil 1 has, I believe it's Chris and Claire, if I remember correctly.
Think so.
Yeah, you know what I mean. It's
Yeah.
like, you know, you got that. You know, Resident Evil 2, you got Leon in, is it Leon? It's Leon in, I can't remember who's else.
Pretty sure it's
But-
Leon and 2.
Yeah, no, I know it's Leon, but I can't remember who the
Oh,
route
the
is
other
right
one.
now. Because it's been a while since I played Resi 2.
Is that... That's not Ada, is it?
No, it's not Ada.
Yeah, it's not
I think
Ada,
The Ada route was like Ada's in the game, but I think
Yeah.
the Ada route was like an early concept. Anyway, in those
But, yeah.
cases, I will do one route, Keith will do the other. So, for example, for Resident Evil 1, I'll do the Chris route, Keith will do the Claire route.
Alright, yeah.
And yeah, that is what we're doing for Resi 1. I am not doing the Claire route.
Fair
I
enough.
don't like. I'll do, which I mean, to be fair, I'm technically making it harder on myself because Chris's route is a bit hard.
Fair enough.
Yeah, I believe it's Chris and Claire in RE1.
Mm-hmm. Huh? What is?
Edgeworth is unusually calm today.
That's true.
He's just letting the trial run itself, as if he's only along for the ride.
Along for the ride? What do you mean by that?
I can only think that perhaps he doesn't feel under attack at all.
He doesn't feel under attack? Then he's not taking any damage?
Mr. Edgeworth, where does this leave us? If the person in this photo is not met on guard, then everything the prosecution has tried to prove has become meaningless. I thought it would come. I thought it would come to this.
What?
Right. I have something I want to ask. I know. I was googling it. It's Jill in.
Gotcha.
You know, I think Claire's RE2. I think it's Leon and Claire in. Anyway, yeah. That's the point. You'll be doing the Jill route. Yada yada.
ID.
Either way, I think I have proven this person inside the costume is not mad on. I think that you have proven that the person inside this costume is not mad on guard. And that. Who is this a photo of?
Well... Who is the person wearing the Nickel Samurai costume?
Don't stress out over this, Phoenix. It's very simple. What you should be focused on is Edgeworth's attitude, don't you think?
Yeah. Why is he so calm?
Mr. Wright, let's hear your thought. Who is the person in this photograph?
Ooh, boy. Alright, well... There's only one other person that's been in the room, huh? Alright. Take that!
Adrian Andrews?
If you want to know who that Nickel Samurai is, it's none other than this woman.
And why would you say that? That it would be Miss Andrews? What in the world points to her?
For starters, she's short. I mean, I guess. And she can freely move in and out of Mr. On Guard's room. Finally, she had dinner with Mr. On Guard that night.
And how does all that add up?
It means that it makes it very easy for her to get a certain item. a certain knife with Mr. Untguard's fingerprints all over it.
The knife was used as a murder weapon! Why don't you just say what you want, right?
I have to do this now. This is my last chance to turn things around. The defense motions to indict Miss Adrian Andrews in the murder of Juan Carida.
Alright, 1 second.
Alright?
Alright, Reyes. Come here, and I'll bite you.
Thank you for that.
You asked for it. You asked for it, Reyes. You're the one who asked for that shit. I don't know why you would want that. I don't know why you want to do why you want me to do that. But I'll do it. I'll bite you.
Okay. Alright, 7.
Anyway.
It was Miss Andrews who tried to frame the defendant for the crime.
Order! 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 It looks like this trial has hit a most unexpected development. Mr. Edgeworth. Yes, Your Honor. This court is issuing a subpoena for Miss Adrian Andrews. A verdict cannot be passed without first hearing her testimony.
Alright. This is it.
This is kind of bad for us.
Huh? What do you mean?
If Adrian Andrews is summoned to court as a witness, it means that the trial will go on for another day.
One more day? Ah! If I don't get a verdict today, then Maya...
Now then, we shall set Miss Andrews' testimony for tomorrow.
What am I supposed to do? The judge is about to adjourn the court. Well... Oh, sure.
Now then.
Objection! Please, Your Honor, continue the trial. You must pass a verdict today.
I can't do that. We cannot hear Miss Andrews' testimony if she's not... I abhor wasting such valuable time.
Edgeworth?
Your Honor, God, every time this thing kicks in, it just... It's every time this thing kicks in, it really sends me such a good song. Your Honor, I request that you please continue with today's trial. But... we cannot continue due to the unexpected development. Dad, 7 is studying to... Unexpected development?
Okay, Then why did you redeem it? I don't like pistachio ice cream. Then why did you order it?
I think you underestimate me, Your Honor. And what do you mean by that? That Mr. Phoenix Wright would slave his way to subpoena Miss Andrews as Adrian Andrews is all. Happening according to plan, even if Wright was a bit slow to catch on.
What?
What is the meaning of this statement, Mr. Edgeworth? Adrian is currently waiting in the prosecution lobby. She is the next witness.
Everything was planned out in advance by that man?
Somehow, I knew that there was no way Edgeworth would overlook Miss Andrews. Looks like this battle is far from over.
Exactly. Very well. We will call the next witness. However, before we proceed, we shall take a 10-minute recess. Please prepare your witness in that time, Mr. Edgeworth. The court will now take a 10-minute recess.
Woo!
So I know it's a bit early, but we'll go through.
Yeah.
You want to say we go through the recess and then end before we get to the second part of day one? Because remember, the second part of day one is long.
Oh yeah, no, it is. It's a long.
It is it is a back and forth and back and forth. So I say we go through the recess and then end after the, before we start with Adrian's testimony.
Yeah. All right. Sure.
Because it's 12:50. So
Yeah. So we can get through the recess and then end off right before trial.
Yeah.
All right.
Plus, I think that's a good cliffhanger.
Mhm.
Hi,
Hi, Lazarius.
Hello, Lazarius. Dude, can't believe that Adrian. No way. Not cool and collected Adrian Andrews.
She is your manager. It would have been very easy for her to pull this off. The only other person who had easy access to the knife you used at dinner was, well, her.
Well, after the ceremony, during the break, huh? Oh, this trial.
Yep.
Yep, it is probably my favorite Ace Attorney trial, just flat out.
Fair enough. Good point. Good choice.
I mean, it's high up there if not. It's hard to really pick a favorite totally, but it's definitely my favorite of the final cases because the stakes are so high, and also, as we've already seen, it is a constant battle of if you fuck up, it's over. If you make one small mistake.
Yep.
I was sleeping like a log the entire time.
See? She could have also easily planted that blood-covered button in your Hakama.
Because she was the one that came to wake me up. I don't know what happened to your voice for saying that. I like lost it. I get that surfer dude voice back. Then, dude, you're saying it was really her?
Yes. She is the real killer. She was the one who murdered Juan Karaida.
But why? I thought she was buds with Juan.
She has her own agenda.
Her own agenda? What are you talking about?
I'm sure you'll see by the end of it.
I love giving this man his fucking surfer dude voice. I cannot wait for day 2 investigation.
I'm sure you'll see by the time this trial's over. It'll be alright. I'll get you acquitted by the end of the day.
Give me a verdict that's refreshing like a spring breeze. Okay, Mr. Lawyer Dude?
Phoenix, you think her motive is related to Celeste Inpax's missing suicide note, right?
Yes. Miss Andrews depended on Miss Inpax for her strength and will to live. But then Miss Inpax suddenly killed herself. It sounded like she left a suicide note and the person thought to have hidden it.
Is Juan Karaida the victim of this murder?
And that's why I think that Miss Andrews got close to Mr. Karaida. Now let's get that suicide note back.
That sounds plausible, but one thing bothers me.
What?
Who was it that first told us about their relationship? Better stated, Mr. Andrews' codependency with regards to Miss Inpax.
It was Edgeworth. It looks like he's still in the one.
Wait,
Still.
did you say Mr. Andrews?
Did I say that? Oopsie daisy.
No, I think you actually read the dialogue correctly.
Oh.
I think that was just a typo.
Yeah. There's a surprising number of typos in this game. And then there's one very infamous one, but we'll get to that.
Showing off the infamous one. Don't worry.
It looks like he's still the one in command of this ship.
Don't let your guard down yet.
Yeah,
Unfortunately,
I just checked back at the YouTube playback. No, yeah, it's better stated, Mr. Andrews' codependency in regards to Miss Impact.
Jesus.
I can't believe Adrian Andrews is trans, guys.
Congrats on his? Her?
Yeah,
his?
it depends on.
I don't know, man.
It depends on which way. So we don't know.
All right.
We don't know what are Adrian Andrews' pronouns.
We're just gonna do that and. All right. Unfortunately, we're going to have to end off here. Otherwise, we're going to be here for a while. In any case, that's going to be it for tonight. Let's see who we're rating first. Who is up streaming? Blood Moon Kingdom is streaming.
Yeah, we got Blood Moon, we got Ukami, we got Droroy, we got a few people. Couple of them. Want to raid Blood Moon?
Yeah, sure.
What's he playing? He's playing. Where'd he go?
Final Fantasy 6. Wait, no, hang on. VI. Is that 6?
Yeah, that's. Oh, he's playing 6. Okay, yeah, no, 6 is fucking, dude. 6 is.
Yeah, sure.
It's not my favorite. It's not. It's definitely not my favorite. But it's definitely up there.
Fair enough.
What's the raid hash gonna be?
Old Bag is getting arrested.
She really is.
She really is.
That is theft, ma'am.
That is theft. Potentially felony theft.
Yeah, potentially felony. That's almost grand theft. Given the cost.
Yep. Anyways.
Yeah.
Tomorrow is going to be Final Fantasy 14.
Finally gonna meet more. We're gonna see Grandpa again, guys.
Woo!
My grandpa.
Thursday's gonna be more Trails of Cold Steel 2. More of Nord.
Yeah, we're probably finishing up the Nord stuff because we got the side quests and then the
finishing up the main story in
the big
Highlands.
raid on the tower.
Mm-hmm.
Which honestly, I say that as if the big raid on the tower is gonna be hard. It's not. The big raid on the tower is the boss in the tower is much easier than the boss we dealt with during the last season.
Fair enough. Friday is going to be more Dokapon Kingdom.
We may finish the game.
We might. Wow. And Saturday we are going. Is it this Saturday? Is it this Saturday that D&D is back on?
If B is able to, because if B is able to start at 8, because 8 her time, because 8:30 her time, because I don't get off work till 7.
Right.
That's not what time I get home. That's what time I get off work and can start going home. Anyway, we got 16 seconds before the raid goes through 15.
Yeah. And then also, but definitely we're doing like Fire Emblem on Saturday. With that in mind, we
might
might
the timer on the raid.
Fair enough. Yeah, we might be on B's channel for more Dungeons and Dragons, more D&B.
I really hope so. It's just dependent on.
Yeah, kind of depending, but we will be playing Fire Emblem later at night though, as definitely. So, with all that said, that's all from me. We'll see you tomorrow for Final Fantasy 14. Later, gamers.
Bye for now.